I just wrote on my Substack last week about practical magic. I don't want to unpack the whole thing here, but the idea is, as a Waldorf teacher or as a parent, you are actually doing magic onto the children. You're using your will to influence them. That's what magic is, right? Now you're doing it in a benevolent way, and hopefully you're a good person. Not everybody is, as a parent or as a teacher, especially a school teacher. And it's a hard thing to do. But the other thing is the same methods are used by advertising and political manipulation and propaganda. It's the same method. I don't want to unpack the whole thing, would take us hours. But what Rudolf Steiner calls the astral body, or the part of the soul that we share with the animal kingdom, which, Aristotle would say the animal soul has movement and desire.
Flight or fight, the growling of teeth, a little bit of this.
Yeah, but also it's eros, right? Whether it's hate or love or strife, right? Heraclitus. Those are the things that are employed by the makers of propaganda to assert their control over populations. So you go back, I think it was 2 years ago now. This is going to be the winter of death and disease for the unvaccinated. Remember that one?
Yeah, I remember that one. It
was a crap attempt at manipulation. I don't think it worked on too many people. But that's the kind of thing they do. But we go back to the early days of the pandemic, right? All the slogans that appeared, right? Safe and effective, or keep everyone safe, or you're going to kill grandma, right?
Yeah, crowd mantras, crowd chants.
Yeah, those work on the emotions, on the feeling realm. This is the animal soul, right? Or the astral body. But the thing is, it works from a step above that constitution, and from what Steiner calls the ego, or kind of the grown-up self. Its properties are rationality, imagination, and memory, right? And if you go from that direction, that's how you work as a teacher on, like, say, teenagers, right? Whose astral bodies are just coming in at puberty, right? They're acting their nuts. So your job as a teacher is to be the authority. And not only because you know your stuff, your job, but you instill discipline and form on the kids. And they might not respect it, but you're doing them a great favor, right? And that's why it's hard to do, because you have to have a strong ego to be able. And I don't mean ego like self-centeredness. I mean, you have to have a strong ego or sense of self in order to do that. Otherwise, the astrality overwhelms you, or you start teaching out of your own astral body, and it's just all emotional and craziness.
I follow everything you're saying. Go on. Yep.
Well, but I think when you talk about the mass psychology of crowds, it works by the same principle.
Well, here then let me an angle I think of, working for the churches, that can be a Janus-faced figure, Mother Church, who keeps you in an infantile formation, like Rapunzel's kept in a tower, versus Mother Church that sends out schools, the mothering, like alma mater, the mothering that is supposed to send you out, and hospitals that are supposed to send you out with health to transform the world, just kind of keep you close, you're tethered to their thing.
Listeners probably know I used to be an astrologer, and I stopped doing it because two things. I realized people were placing way too much responsibility on me. Then the other part of it is, and I think this happens in social work or psychotherapy. Wait, if this person gets his head together, I'm going to lose a customer.
Hospitals that are supposed to send you out with health to transform the world, just kind of keep you close, you're tethered to their thing. One of the aspects of that with the divine feminine and Catholicity is that the divine paternity has always been, like in the brain formation, somewhat abstracted, right? The left brain is the abstracted algorithmic take. It's all in the world of ideas. Its tyranny might be ending at our time. The divine feminine is, that's the primal divinity. Like the divine feminine is the right brain, and we have to put it almost primary again. Mary, the mother of God, the true ramifications of the Theotokos, right? That I think we're going through something very, very epical like that. It's in slow motion, but it's a much bigger return to earth, as your point, nutrition and things like that.